right. Ooh, what an opportunity we have here. What a great opportunity we have here to reflect, think, kind of, and, strategize for the future. Notice parts of my past that may be still holding me back. Ooh, maybe that. We don't know. Kind of the whole point of this format. And I'm just kind of letting my mind kind of freeform thought. I'm kind of letting my own mind talk to me, and I don't even really know what's going to bubble up to the surface. We call it the unconscious. So what's going on in the unconscious? Well, habits. There's certain things that I really want to grow into and certain things I want to grow away from or let shed off or die away. It's my impulsivity. I want to let my impulsivity kind of fully evaporate from me. And what do I mean by this? Impulsivity is wanting instant gratification on selfish desires. So what's an example? A selfish desire is, a selfish desire would be wanting to consume something to make you feel better. That could be food, that could be drugs, that could be alcohol, that could be nicotine, that could be any sort of external substance that you rely on, look forward to, count on to achieve some sort of improvement in feeling. So impulses. Your impulses can be sexual. Having impulsive thoughts about, immorality or impurity. Those are impulses, wanting to act on this instant gratification, wanting to act on this primal aspect of my personality, wanting to recluse, be selfish, to shy away from responsibility. I want to really lock in on that and be able to contain it and put it in the right perspective. And I don't want to lose sight and get too focused on these feelings of impulsivity, of pleasure, of like I said, selfishness. So I want to be careful about that. And what do I want to grow into? I want to grow into having more self-control, having more... Oh, I know exactly what I want. I want to have more self-control. I want to be more gracious. I want to be more grounded. I want to be more hardworking, and I want to be more free and pure. So those are 5 pretty big things. I want to have more self-control. I want to be more gracious, and I want to be more grounded, and I want to be more hardworking. And on top of that, I want to be more free and pure and loving. So I guess that's more than 5, but it's a lot. It's things that I desire that I know will give me deeper meaning out of this existence over the impulsivity and the instant gratification and the need for external validation and the need for social validation, the need for whatever. So we're turning 29. That's great. What do let me stretch out the time frame of what I really want. Okay. So I'm getting married in 2 months. So we got the 29 in 1 month, 2 weeks, whatever. And then the marriage thing. Okay. Marriage is important. Let's think about this marriage thing, Alec. Come on. Well, yeah, kind of the same sentiment. It's like I want to be a stronger partner for Asia, my future wife. I want to be more reliable. I want to have more patience. I want to be more compassionate and affectionate and sacrificial with my time and my energy. I want to be selfless in terms of my energy. I want to be able to provide, to lead, to take initiative, to protect. I want to be a protector. I want to be as strong as I can be so that I can protect my family, my future family. and, Remy. I want to be able to bench press 300 pounds. So if someone side eyes my cat at the park, I can handle business. So yeah, I just want to have more self-control, and I want to be more gracious to Asia, and even just my coworkers, my friends, my family. I want to have more grace and be more gracious, be more kind, be more empathetic, to feel more. I don't want to be so in my head. I want to be able to feel around people I love. I want to be able to be honest with my friends. I want to be able to encourage my friends. I want to be able to look at their life and give them compliments. And I get sad when I have friends around me that I don't feel like I can. There's nothing there to commend them on. They're not the best that they can be. There's a lack of, I don't look up to certain friends I have. I want to be able to look up to my friends. I don't want to look down on my friends. So my friends, I want the most for them. And it's hard for me when I feel like there's people around me that aren't striving and making the most of the opportunities and the time that we have, and the things that can be created from this, from being here now. Like, there's just opportunities around. So I want that for my friends, and I want that for my coworkers. And I can tell right now that there's some tension in my life with these areas. There is tension there. And what is it? Let me think what it could be. It could be arrogance. It could be inexperience for one. It could be arrogance for two. It could be lack of selflessness, of this graciousness, of this graciousness. It could be a lack of that. So it might be that. So self-control, gracious, grounded. I don't want to have my thoughts super affected by THC, marijuana. I know it's pretty common in Colorado, but this is a serious psychoactive compound that if it's not controlled right, it can really mess with your thinking. It can really impede your life if you're not careful. So I'm being honest about this. I do need to keep my use of cannabis in check. That is the truth. Okay? So I do. So I don't, the grounded, I want to be more grounded. I don't want to be my head in the clouds. I want to be down here. I want to be just grounded. I want to have conviction about who I am and why I'm here. I want to feel this moment in its full effect. I don't want to dilute my sense of perception. I don't want to be drunk. I don't want to be inebriated. I don't want to feel slow. I want to be as balanced as I can. I don't want to be ramped up. I don't want to be slow. I want to be balanced. I want to be grounded. I want to be here on this earth and taking this breath right here, right now. I don't want to be distracted. I don't need nicotine to get me sharp. I don't need nicotine to focus in on this, whatever. Whatever. I don't want to be controlled. Self-control, gracious, grounded, cool. This is all coming out now. And then hardworking. I want to have hard work. I want to be capable of extreme, intense, effective, productive modes of being. So what do I mean by this? When I'm at the gym, I want to take the hour time that I give myself to work out every day. I want to take advantage of every single rep. I want to work hard at every single set. I know that if I want to continue to grow muscle, I'm going to have to ramp up the intensity and progressively overload and progressively challenge my will to continue to move more weight. That's how it works. That is lifting. That is working out. It's this mind-muscle connection. I don't want to be all foggy from the previous day because I drank alcohol and then it's affecting my lift. I can't focus. I can't get past rep number 2. I'm not tapped in. I'm not able to control myself as good as I could. I want to be hardworking. When I go to work, when I step foot out of my car to work, I want to be as focused as I can be on that door. I want to be present with every person I talk to. I want to stick to my commitments of work. If I say I'm going to work through 4 streets, I better work through all 4 streets. If I say I'm going out for this amount of hours today to work this shift, I want to work every single minute of the shift. I don't want to take a break. I don't want to stop. I don't want to give in to my impulse to stop. I want to be hardworking, and I know and I want to leave every day from work knowing that I put all I could have put into that day. I want to be as hardworking as I can. I want to be as capable of force and power for good and love. I want to be as capable of that as possible, as humanly possible that I can achieve. So that's what I want. I do want to be hardworking. And then what's the final thing? It's a 3-part point. I want to be free. I want to be pure, free, and loving. Pure, free, and loving. Pure, free, and loving. Pure, free, and loving. I do want to be all 3 of those. How does one achieve that? It's very difficult to be pure and free and loving. That's not really the nature of our being. We're pretty impulsive. We're pretty, we're animalistic. We're negative. We are captivated by negative emotion. It calls out to us. Negativity bias. It happens. So I want to be more pure. What does that mean? Just take care of my health. Put in good things into my body. This is a decent drink. This isn't loaded with sugar, some whatever. Has no sugar. That is good. I want to take care of my body. I want to be pure. I want to be pure of evil thoughts. I mean, evil's a strong word, but I want to be free of envy. I don't want to be envious of someone on social media that has something going for them that I wish I had. I don't want to have envy. I don't want to be self-critical. I don't want to be overly self-conscious. I don't want to be all worried about what people are thinking about me. I want to be free of negative emotion. I want to be free of feeling the need to give into my impulses, to go do that thing that I don't want anyone to know about, to go to the gas station, to buy another whatever, I don't want to be pulled in these directions that are not good for me. I want to be free of addiction. I want to be free of impulse. I want to be free to exist and be grounded and gracious, like I said, and free to work as hard as I possibly can. And then loving, free, pure, and loving, pure, free, and loving. So loving, gosh, just be love. How do you do that? I actually don't know how to do that. I probably have, it's kind of life's mission to be a force of love. It doesn't really, you can't really just flip a switch and become that. It's like you have to really work. It's kind of like the end goal, and that's a life's mission right there. But yeah, those things right there, I'm just thinking man, am I even, do I think I can achieve these things? Yes. I think I'm capable of it. I think I'm aware of it enough and prioritize it enough and value it enough to pursue it. The real challenge is just going to be the internal battle of how much fun should we have and how hard should we work? How much me time should I take versus how sacrificial should I be? How much purity is, how do I balance out purity in marriage? How do I prioritize my marriage and purity so much that, I'm just higher order, thinking about God, thinking about how can I face God more in my life. I guess that's a way to put it. I don't really know. All right, well, that was fun. 20 or so minutes there. We'll do some editing down in the beginning, and we'll kind of see what that ends up being. But thank you guys for tapping into the keys, and I will catch you on the next.